That's a beautiful cartwheel.
And introducing the champion from the Philippines, weighing in at 76 kilograms. He is the Aswan, and he is your World Series Wrestling Australian Champion, TJP!
Lachlan Albert here on commentary tonight, joined by the big boy Renegade.
Big boy.
Renegade, what a match to kick us off tonight.
What a match indeed. The machine, the jack of cartwheels, and the Australian WSW champion, TJP. This is going to be one hell of a match opener.
Not the first time that TJP has defended this Australian title in a triple threat match. Also, not the first time he's faced Brian Cage in a triple threat match for this title. TJP on a huge streak defending this World Series Wrestling Australian Championship. This is the 8th defense after winning the title. He's defeated 12 different men to hold that title.
That's what you call resilience.
And the action in the ring is
Hang on.
frantic.
Inverted Boston Crab. Brian Cage showing that he knows his way. Oh my god, big boot to the face.
First time we're seeing Jack Cartwheel here in Australia. His first ever match on Australian soil. And the athleticism of this man.
A big cartwheel kick to the tippy top of the head. Looking to fly. Maybe look at... Oh. TJP cuts him off there.
See, this is the ring awareness that comes with the experience of TJP. TJP's been around. He was Cruiserweight champion in WWE. He knows what it's like to be in these big, important title match situations. And Jack Cartwheel flies over the top rope, but is caught by Brian Cage.
That big power coming into play early on. He's gonna... Oh my goodness!
Just a thrown powerbomb into the ring post by Brian Cage there. The World Series Wrestling fans behind Brian Cage, the first World Series Wrestling Hall of Famer. This is his 10th tour here with World Series Wrestling. This marks his 37th match here in a World Series Wrestling
Good
ring.
grief.
Australia has a lot of love for Brian Cage.
They certainly do, and I think I know what's coming next. He's gonna deadlift him over the rope. Deadlift weight over the rope and superplex.
The raw power of Brian Cage, unreal.
That is one of his staples. But hang on, turn around. Maybe don't turn around. TJP coming off the top.
Oh, Cage manages to catch him.
And this is what I'm saying, Lockie, raw power. In a jackhammer, this could be over.
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't want to go for the pin.
Well, this is Mr. GMSI, get my stuff in.
Taking a page out of my book. This is definitely the American big boy.
Oh my stars.
Goodness. 1, 2. Only a 2 count.
What a way to kick us off tonight, both here at Eaton's Hill Hotel in Brisbane, Australia, and live on Triller TV. And with the Australian title on the line, crowd clearly behind Brian Cage here. A cartwheel out of the way, step up Enziguri, Cartwheel across the ring into a back elbow. Another cartwheel across the ring, leaping back elbow.
Quicker than a hiccup.
Oh, tossed into that lariat there. Backflips to avoid it, and a neck breaker.
This could be it. I mean, when you're the Jack of Cartwheels, would you really walk anymore? You just cartwheel everywhere.
Jack Cartwheel does cartwheels quicker than I can name them.
And the crowd, we saw cartwheels.
TJP now in the ring with Jack Cartwheel, reversing the Irish whip. Cartwheel ducks under a clothesline and a back elbow. Gets caught in a Luthez press. Oh! Drop kick over the top rope. What kind of momentum does that have to have?
All the momentum. All the momentum. And like you said, WWE Cruiserweight Champion, he knows he needs to be ring aware. He needs to know where every one of his opponents is at all times. And the speed and the quickness and the agility of him is second to none.
The Uswan taking a bite out of Jack Cartwheel there. A reminder that with triple threat rules, there is no disqualification.
How do cartwheels taste?
That's a great question. You could ask TJP, but I'm a bit nervous of getting anywhere near TJP right now. Oh, drive-by kick straight through the face.
You won't be brushing your teeth right for a week after one of them.
And this crowd right now clapping for Brian Cage while TJP plants Jack Cartwheel with a series of suplexes. Smart by TJP here to be keeping Brian Cage out of the ring and focusing on Jack Cartwheel, because TJP does not need to be involved in the final decision for the title to change hands here.
Very true, very true.
TJP on the top rope.
Oh, hang on. Oh!
Went for the stomp, Cartwheel came down, Enziguri to TJP. Insane core strength there. And every time it's a cartwheel.
What do you call a cartwheel? That was a cartwheel over the top rope into a splash.
Springboard cartwheel splash, maybe? The offense of Jack Cartwheel is so creative. Oh, but the same can be said for TJP, managing to go down from hanging over the ropes.
619 from Brian Cage. You do not count this man out, for as strong as he is quicker than a hiccup.
But a kick there from TJP once again sends Cage to the outside. Oh! And a front flip straight onto Cage with the aim of keeping him down out there. Again, the last thing TJ wants is Cartwheel and Cage getting their hands on each other, because if one pins the other or submits the other, TJP loses his title without being involved. Cartwheel building up ahead of steam here, a cartwheel and a tope over the top. Flying backwards over the top rope.
And smooth like butter.
I would say throwing caution to the wind, but when you have that kind of control over your body...
I think the wind forgot Jack Cartwheel.
Cartwheel sending TJP into the ring, going up top now.
Oh, TJ Pleepay and Possum. Jack Cartwheel up. Oh! 2. Oh, only a 2 count. Dream Valley driver.
Like a cartwheel Dream Valley drive.
It was. Everything is cartwheel. Like I said, if you can do it that well, why bother walking? Just cartwheel everywhere.
But now Cage is in the ring, and this is the situation TJP wanted to avoid.
Off the back, catches the... Oh! Oh!
Destructive knee from Cage. Gets Cartwheel
F5?
onto his
F5?
shoulders.
Go for it! F5!
F5!
This could be it! New champion! 1,
New Australian
2.
champion, Brian.
Oh!
No!
Only a 2 count. Not a lot of people can kick out of that move.
Especially delivered like that. Cage tossed Jack Cartwheel directly up into the air before coming down with that F5. Crowd clapping for the World Series Wrestling Hall of Famer here.
Big lariats, sending Jack Cartwheel all the way to the top rope.
And now they're going to high-risk territory. Brian Cage.
He's not going to do that. An F5 from the top. No way, no way.
Cartwheel's fighting out of it. Elbows to the neck of Brian Cage. Goes to a powerbomb position.
Oh, kicks the leg out. That's smart.
Goes for it again.
Oh my goodness! He's picking him up! Powerbomb!
The strength of Jack Cartwheel only gets 2.
Only a 2 count. Only a 2 count.
This goes to show what this World Series Wrestling Australian Championship means to these men. TJP making his 8th defense of the title. Jack Cartwheel trying to show for the first time in Australia that he can get the job done. Brian Cage, a World Series Wrestling legend, looking to claim World Series gold once again.
But hang on, what's he going for here? This could be, if he can get this, this could easily be an easily defense. Well, not an easy defense.
Cartwheel's up top.
Double stop.
Oh!
They missed it.
The force on the ankles and the knees, and TJP locks in the submission here.
What's that, an STF into like a regal stretch? Hang on, Brian Cage. Breaks it up.
Boot directly to the back of the neck of TJP. Breaks the pinfall to save the matchup while also dealing a disgusting amount of damage.
Octopus stretch, octopus stretch.
He's got it locked in on the massive body of Brian Cage. You've got to imagine those arms only bend back so far. This submission has to be torturous. And TJP, bending the fingers backwards.
He's trying to get as much leverage on that mountain of a man.
Cage manages to get to the ropes and the referee breaks the hold.
Have you noticed this, Lockie? In other triple threat matches, you usually see one person on the outside. You know, he could be scoping out and he just wants to see torture. None of these three have taken a moment on the outside to let the other get one over. They've been in it and in it and in it. And they are willing to put everything on the line to get this Australian Championship.
All 3 of these men know it only takes 3 seconds of them not being involved for that Australian Championship to slip out of their grasp. And as kicks get exchanged here, Cage gets caught. Cage sends the foot of TJP into Cartwheel before delivering one of his own to TJP. Enziguri to the back of the head of Brian Cage. Cartwheel, Poison Rana!
Firing up Cage's big lariat!
Jack Cartwheel's lucky his head's still attached.
Tornado DDT. Cage is out.
And to think this is our opening contest tonight.
That has left Jack Cartwheel in the firing line of TJP. Here we go.
Cartwheel!
And a cutter!
Cartwheel cutter from Jack Cartwheel. He goes to the top to follow it up. Could be looking for a repeat of the double stomp he missed earlier.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Up.
Went for a shooting star double foot stomp, but got missed in the eyes. And a knee from TJP.
1, 2. That's it. TJP has retained his Australian Championship.
And still